Today I'm reviewing a 2000 Chevy Astro van. The Chevy Astro was first introduced in 1985 and was sold over the course of 20 years and 2 generations before it was discontinued. It's also a sibling to the GMC Safari, and this 2000 model falls into the second generation, sold from the 1995 to 2005 model year. Now, although the Astro and the Safari have been out of production now for over 15 years, they continue to be a really popular option today. I think part of that is because the van community is really growing, a lot more people living out of vans and doing camper van conversions, and the Astro is a really compelling option for several reasons. For one, very affordable vehicle. It's much smaller than a full-size van, yet it's still very spacious inside. It's available with an all-wheel drive system, so it's fairly capable, and the powertrain is a carryover from the Chevy S10 pickup, so it's fairly powerful as well. The Astro was offered as either a cargo van or passenger van, and passenger models could be had in 3 different trim levels. They had the base model, which was very basic. This is the mid-level LS package, which gives a few aesthetic enhancements as well as a few additional features, and then they have the top-end LT model, which comes very heavily loaded. One of my favorite things about the Astro is the size. It strikes a really nice balance between a minivan and a full-size van, and with that, it's much more spacious inside than other minivans from this era, yet at the same time, it's got the maneuverability and ease of parking that you don't get with a full-size van. I'm also a huge fan of the styling. I think it's got a really iconic look to it. For a vehicle that's been out of production for over 15 years now and came out 10 years prior to that, it's pretty amazing how good the Astro looks even today. Starting up here at the front, it's got kind of your typical Chevy front end. We've got the bar cutting through the middle, separating your headlights from your blinkers and parking lights. Because this is the LS model, we get that in chrome. And then you'll see this model is also two-tone. So we've got the red up top, the gray down below on our bumpers, as well as the plastic body cladding along the sides. In addition to the chrome on the grille, we get a set of chrome wheels. These are a 15-inch rim. And this model is also equipped with all-wheel drive. So in addition to the Astro lettering here, we've also got the all-wheel drive lettering. Another styling cue that I really like on this van is that our mirrors are blacked out, and likewise you'll see that these pillars are blacked out, and so it gives the illusion of the roof kind of floating above the windows as those pillars and windows all blend together. So pretty cool look there. The overall design of the Astro is pretty simple. It's very boxy, not a lot of like creases or styling cues, but again, it stood the test of time very well. You'll see up top we also get a set of integrated side rails, and this model is equipped with a set of aftermarket crossbars and ski racks. Another design detail that I really like about the Astro is the door configuration here on the back. We've got the hatch here on the top that swings open, and we've got the barn doors down below. This is handy for a number of reasons. One is if you've got the vehicle packed up with a lot of cargo and you want to open it up, rather than having a full hatch that opens up, you can open just this top part without things falling out of the back. If you need the larger opening, then you can also swing open these lower doors. So pretty cool configuration, and I love how it's really unique. No other van is offered with this same door configuration. So all around, a really great looking design. Again, it stood the test of time very well, strikes a really nice balance between a minivan and a full-size van, and you'll see when we get inside it continues to improve from there because we've got a really spacious interior. Looking into the Astro, you see that this dash has kind of a unique look and layout to it, although it's fairly functional, and we get a nice level of standard options with the LS model. Cloth seats and the driver and front passenger seat are partially powered. We also get power windows and power door locks. Got some storage space integrated in the door here. To the left of the steering column, we've got our lighting controls and dimmer switch for the instrument cluster. Parking brake down below here. On the steering column, we've got our windshield wiper controls on the left-hand side. Gear shifter on the right-hand side with a tow haul mode. We also get keyless entry. I'll go ahead and turn on the Astro. You'll see that our instrument cluster's got a nice simple look and layout to it. We've got our temperature gauge and oil gauge on the left-hand side, speedometer in the middle with our odometer, and on the right-hand side we've got our fuel gauge and voltage gauge. In the middle we've got our climate control with heat and air conditioning. And we've got controls for the rear of the vehicle, AC on the top, heat in the middle, And then down below, we've got a switch for control of the windshield wiper on the rear window. Audio system here in the middle with AM/FM radio, cassette player, and CD player. Got a cigarette lighter down here on the bottom left. And on the bottom right, we've got our ashtray, 2 cup holders, and storage compartment down below that. Got a manual dimming rear view mirror, and then up top here, you'll see we've got a little LCD screen that gives us some information. We've got a compass, we've got fuel economy information, range, fuel used, average speed. We've got some reading lights, and then we've got a few compartments here for garage door opener here, sunglasses, and probably CDs. A couple more lights back here. And then you'll see that our visors, got 2 different visors here, which is kind of a cool feature. So this one comes over to the side window, and then you've got this little piece that can pull out as well. And we've got an additional visor up top. Another thing that I really like about these Astro vans is there's no center console, so it's really easy to jump into the rear seat. So really handy to be able to get from the front to the rear quite easily. With the sliding door here, access to the middle and rear seat is also quite good. You'll see that we've got 3 seats in the middle and 3 in the rear, giving us total seating capacity of 8. Legroom, head, and shoulder room are all good. In the middle row here, you'll see we've got some audio controls, 2 headphone jacks, and you can listen to music through the vehicle audio system. Got an ashtray, cup holder, and some storage space down below. And then jumping into the third row, you'll see we've got a cup holder, little storage compartment here, as well as one back there. Some more storage space down below. Another cup holder, compartment, and you'll see we've got vents down on the floor as well as up top to really help circulate air to the rear of the vehicle. And then back here we've also got a couple of reading lights. I already gave you the door demonstration, but you can see with all 3 doors open, we've got a nice large opening here. Plenty of cargo space back here, even with the rear seat in use. That rear seat can also be folded down or removed quite easily. On the passenger side, we've got our jack storage in this little compartment. And then on the driver's side, we've got a 12-volt outlet. Under the hood, the Astro's got a 4.3-liter 6-cylinder with 190 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a 4-speed automatic transmission, and the Astro is available in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Max tow capacity is going to vary a little bit from 4,700 pounds on all-wheel drive models up to 5,300 on those rear-wheel drive models. And then fuel economy varies from 12 to 14 miles per gallon in the city and 16 to 19 miles per gallon on the highway. So what's it like to drive the Astro? Well, it's a van. It's tall, it's top-heavy. Handling's not all that impressive. Brake feel's not all that impressive. It's not super quick, but it's got enough power. But again, that's all kind of par for the course. You pretty much expect that with a van. I will say that a typical minivan from this era is a little bit nicer to drive in terms of just feeling a little bit more like a car, but that's because this is more of a truck. It's a lot more heavy duty. It's got that higher tow capacity. It's larger and it's a lot more spacious. So that's kind of the trade-off. And I wouldn't say it's anything that's all that terrible. Visibility out of the Astro is very good. It's tall and it's got a lot of glasses. So you've got a really nice view, 360 degrees around. Probably a little bit harder to drive than a smaller minivan, but it's leagues ahead of a full-size van. All right, we'll do a quick acceleration test here. By quick, maybe not so quick. It's up to 40, 50, 55. That wasn't fully flooring it, but as you can see, it's got plenty of power. 4-speed automatic is fairly smooth in its shifts. It's a van, so it's not super quick, but it's not slow either. One critique I do have for the Astro is that legroom's not all that good for the driver or the front passenger. Like a full-size van, we've got a really small hood out in front of us, and so the engine is kind of crowding into the passenger compartment. So we've got it crowding us here. Likewise, we've got the wheel well over here for the driver's left foot, and the wheel well on the passenger side for the passenger's right foot. And so it does make this space down here a little bit awkward. You can see my legs aren't even sitting flat right now, so it's a little weird. It is one of the downsides of the Astro design, but the trade-off is that we've got a really nice view looking out in front of us, and it increases the overall volume inside of the vehicle. So all around, the Astro is a nice vehicle to drive. It's very spacious inside. The seats are pretty comfortable. We've got a good level of standard options and features. It's not as easy to drive as your typical minivan, but much easier than a full-size van, and it's more spacious than what you're going to see with those other minivans. The 4.3 liter V6 provides more than enough power. We've got great towing capacity, and all around, it's a pretty nice vehicle to drive. So that's a look at the second generation model of the Chevy Astro. A great option whether you're looking for a practical family vehicle or an affordable van to do a van conversion. Very spacious inside, yet at the same time very easy to maneuver in urban settings. These vehicles are very reliable, and they're also very capable with that available all-wheel drive system and impressive tow capacity. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. For more car reviews, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.